Day in the woods was obviously unplanned, and the reactions you saw on tape were raw, they were unfiltered.
Okay.
None of us knew how to react or how to feel.
That's just straight up
Was it
BS.
live?
That's just straight up BS. Because no, it wasn't live, and that's exactly why I'm saying that's
So
why.
why did you?
That's and this is what. See, now it's really starting to formulate for you, and that's why I'm saying this is complete BS. You don't know how to react or feel, brother. I'm gonna tell you right now. You walked up into what you knew, and everyone knows as a colloquially suicide forest. You saw a dead body and turned the camera on. What do you mean you don't know how to react or feel? You already pre-reacted because you had to see this boy in order to know to turn the camera on. What is he talking? Oh my God! See, this is why I want to skip it because
So
now I'm
did
gonna start
he-
breaking this down.
So did he have to go and like edit it?
Yeah, mom, this is a pre-recorded video.
Then
That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
Usually, I know now, like you used to the meta now is live streaming and people clip the lives.
Right.
No, this was back in 16
And
and
it wasn't
15.
even alive.
Lives weren't even that popping during that time. Like live streaming was not even the meta, not even close. This most definitely was a pre-recorded vid. He could have easily just, forget just even recording it. He could have just not posted it. That's the even, that's the even crazier part. Alright, y'all already know what it is. I do not know what it is. Now, let me stop playing. Now, I definitely do, because you saw title and thumbnail. Yeah, apparently some stuff has been going on with Logan Paul. I haven't talked about him in a minute, because whenever you talk about Logan Paul, or better yet, whenever Trilly talks about Logan Paul, the videos tend to turn into an hour, and we don't have that kind of time. I ain't gonna lie, unfortunately. Because, oh boy, it would just be lovely to call Logan an idiot for an hour, because he is. But apparently, some heads were saying that he went back to Japan, and then now we have here, as you guys are going to see, Legal Mindset, asking if Logan should be forgiven in Japan for what had happened. And I'm going to tell you my answer to that is no, because Logan's a moron, and he needed the actions for his, he needed the stupid consequences for his absolutely stupid actions. But anyway, like I said, we about to get into a Legal Mindset vid to see if Japan should forgive Logan Paul. Like I said, my answer is no, but I guess we'll see the resounding opinion in the vid, so let's do it. Like I said, man, you already know. We don't need no whole smoke as fire because we ain't dealing with no Ramsey
Right.
Kalita smiles. I mean, we are dealing with an idiot, but
Alright.
not him.
And
So,
thank you. We got somebody else. to
shout out Legal
clown.
Mindset, Andrew Esquire.
Even though we've been clowning Logan now.
You feel me? We got Should Japan Forgive Logan Paul? Like I was saying, if you guys want to watch the original video, down in the description, first link. You already know. Go share the level Legal Mindset. Let's get inside. Let's do it.
So Logan Paul, YouTube sensation, you might say, and big on the internet. Many years ago, we had Logan Paul going to Japan, and
Suicide
he
forest.
went to a very specific place in Japan. My friend Josh of Meme Copium and Inaka Adventures has talked about this. This is the Aokigahara Forest at the base of Mount Fuji. Now, this forest is well known by the moniker the
Self-proclaimed.
self-deletion forest. And obviously, this is a very serious subject.
Well, not self-proclaimed, but yeah. Literally, suicide forest. Unfortunate happenings.
I in no way condone or accept. I think it's absolutely horrible to engage in that. It's never reason to engage in any form of self-harm. Certainly never taking your own life. But there is a forest that is known by that in Japan because it is a site of very frequent occurrences of people ending their own lives. Very bad. So it's known. And so if you go there and you're looking around, right, you know that you have a strong possibility of finding somebody if you look hard enough. So he actually...
Again, no yap sesh, but I just always think to myself, always back on that Logan thing, like that during when this happened, and just like, how did anyone there think it was a good idea to record a dead body? I'm still trying to figure this out to this very day. How did anyone, y'all went to the suicide forest, y'all saw a dead body and thought, oh boy, let's turn on a camera.
Bomba.
I can't. Like, this is why I'm saying he shouldn't be forgiven, because there's just levels to this. There's like, oh, my fault, I made a mistake, a flaw, I'm a human or whatever. And then there's blatant being an idiot. Like, and Logan has proved throughout everything. See, I already know I'm getting mad, hefty, passionate into this boy. Don't worry, TLDR. Logan has proved throughout his history, he is not going to change. He's going to keep doing idiotic, think he's a boss. His ego's going to keep being high. He's going to have narcissism and all this type of jazz. And it hasn't changed to this very day. So, no. Like I said in the intro, I don't think Japan should forgive him, but Sentiment.
Actually posted that, and it got him in massive trouble.
Sure did.
Okay? And because of that, his YouTube got hit. And YouTube punished Logan Paul over that video and over showing that
so.
footage. Mind you, he didn't know who this person was. He didn't get permission of their family. He didn't seek any clearance, right? It was a weird decision. It got 6 million views quickly and shot up, I believe, to even 10 million. And so YouTube decided to punish him, and they cut business ties with him, and they removed him from their preferred program, where the brands sell ads on the platform's top 5% of content creators.
Wait, what? Paul's channels were removed from YouTube's Google Preferred program, where brands sell ads on the platform's top 5% of content. Wait, what? Wait, yeah, because
He lost all the money.
No.
Right?
Like, yo, okay, we're all looking at this from different lenses right now. I'm looking at this from a content YouTube standpoint because I'm looking top 5% of what is this? I've heard like the Google Preferred program. I've heard of the Google Ads program, which is how you get paid, like their ad revenue and all that. What is the Preferred program? They had like what Twitch had, where they were giving heads like contracts or something during this time. Like, I thought YouTube contracts started and ended with Ludwig. What was a Google Preferred program? Or maybe like, I don't know. See, but this is the type of John that gets me curious because I'm like, yo, I thought I knew everything about the analytics. It's not.
So it was definitely something that was very, very dumb to do, was wildly inappropriate, especially given that he had an audience that was, obviously very, very young. And, online, this was hated by the Japanese and people abroad. Japanese people and people abroad said it was disrespectful and disgusting.
Yeah.
And it was completely uncalled for. And then he said, hey, I never should have posted that video. I should have put the cameras down and stopped recording. Well, you did.
Oh, boy. Yeah, man, that sounds real good in hindsight, you moron. But, yo, you know when that would have been real perfect? During that moment in which you weren't thinking about that. And that's not an excuse. Because, again, like I said, I don't understand how you you go to what is colloquially known as a suicide forest. You see a dead body and go, yes, camera must go on. No, you're an idiot. Like,
decide to do that. Now, we're going to watch his apology because I do want to be fair. And I do try to be fair in my coverage, and say, hey, look, what happened? So after he did that, he ended up apologizing. So I'm gonna play
a continuous lapse in my judgment.
I'm gonna play the apology now, guys, and I want you to tell me after we listen to the entire apology if you believe it is sincere.
No.
Shoot, do we have to watch it? We're not watching it.
No, we're gonna watch it. Come on.
No, we're not watching.
No.
We don't need to watch it.
We're gonna watch it, but no, I don't believe him.
Like, I know there might be some heads that maybe have never seen this show, so yeah, we'll watch it. Okay. But like, shoot, if that wasn't the case, if this was Trill Talks Everything, we were skipping this boy. Like,
I'm not gonna try to influence you here. I'm just gonna say, like, do you believe this is a sincere apology? No. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Turn the volume all the way up.
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment, and I don't expect to be forgiven. I'm simply here to apologize.
Yeah, I can't.
So what we came across
that lapse in the judgment line gets me every time. What's up?
He said I don't expect to be forgiven.
Oh yeah, you aren't.
Like, to me, that's kind of like sarcastic. Like, to me, like.
Oh, it doesn't matter. He
wasn't.
You don't even
regardless. Need to say that. I don't know. Okay. So
he didn't need to turn on the camera. Like.
Day in the woods was obviously unplanned, and the reactions you saw on tape were raw. They were unfiltered.
Okay.
None of us knew how to react or how to feel.
That's just straight up
Was
BS.
it live?
That's just straight up BS. Because no, it wasn't live, and that's exactly why I'm saying that's why.
Why did you?
And this is what. See, now it's really starting to formulate for you, and that's what I'm saying. This is complete BS. You don't know how to react or feel. Brother, I'm gonna tell you right now. You walked up into what you knew, and everyone knows as a colloquially suicide forest. You saw a dead body and turned the camera on. What do you mean you don't know how to react or feel? You already pre-reacted because you had to see this boy in order to know to turn the camera on. What is he talking? Oh my God! See, this is why I wanted to skip it, because now I'm gonna start breaking this down.
So did he have to go and like edit it?
Yeah, Mom, this is a pre-recorded video. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Usually, I know now, like, you're used to the meta now is live streaming and people clip the lives.
Right.
No, this was back in 16
and it
15.
wasn't even alive.
Lives weren't even that popping during that time. Like, live streaming was not even the meta, not even close. This most definitely was a pre-recorded vid. He could have easily just, you know what? Forget just even recording it. He could have just not posted it. That's the even, like, that's the even crazier part. And that's what even baffles me more because fine. Give him his plausible deniability or whatever on this. Sure, he didn't know how to react or feel. You're telling me when heads go through this and edit it and look through the whole John, no one was thinking, yeah, we recorded a dead body. We probably shouldn't post this. No one thought that. Crazy works. This is why I did not want to watch the apology because now.
Let it play then.
I should have never posted the video. I should have put the cameras
Nah,
down.
you about to give me that. You know what, Logan? You know what, Logan? You know what? That was probably a good idea, huh? I wouldn't even leave for it. You know what? Like I said,
Okay.
you probably shouldn't have.
Stupid.
What is he talking about?
And stopped recording what we were going through. There's a lot of things I should have done differently, but I didn't.
Yeah, no dip, Sherlock.
And for that, from the bottom of my heart, I am sorry.
Crazy part is you didn't change.
I want to apologize to the internet. I want to apologize to anyone who's seen the video. I want to apologize to anyone who has been affected or touched by mental illness or depression or suicide. But most importantly, I want to apologize to the victim and his family. For my fans who are defending my actions, please don't. They do not deserve to be defended.
Defending.
What's up?
What are they defending? Like, what can they possibly be defending? He showed it. It was wrong. What they saying? Oh no, it's okay. Like, how do they defend it?
I just like that. That to me is nothing. That's why I call these Bulls Glazers because it doesn't matter. Like this is with some people. They idolize their favorite creators so much to the point they will never question anything they do. So yeah, he go to Suicide Forest, record dead body. Of course there will be some heads still defending it. Why? Because their king could never do wrong. You want to know? I really know this. There's a certain somebody who is basically in the same position right now. If you watch Troll Talks Everything, yeah, his audience seem to do the same thing.
The goal with my content is always to entertain, to push the boundaries, to be all-inclusive. In the world I live in, I share almost everything I do. The intent is never to be heartless, cruel, or malicious.
Well, that's just blatantly wrong because I ain't gonna lie. And obviously he doesn't know in hindsight because this was years ago. But, man, if I could have told you at this moment, Logan, that you were going to be a prolific crypto scammer, boy, would you have not said this.
Like I said, I made a huge mistake. I don't expect to be forgiven. I'm just here to apologize. I'm ashamed of myself.
You should be.
I'm disappointed in myself.
You should be.
And I promise to be better.
You weren't.
I will be better.
You did not. You did not.
Thank you.
Yo,
It didn't happen.
yo, boss. Yo, how was his cheese?
Drippy or moldy. His eyes should have been from them doing that stuff. I'm like, let me stop. No fight.
Yo, Logan, I'm gonna keep laughing at you, Playboy. That's tough.
Okay.
He gonna do better.
So
He is.
we've now all seen the apologize.
It's funny because we're still waiting for it, though.
Yeah.
It's funny how that was a decade ago, and we're still waiting for this, though.
the apology together. And by the way, I'm not going to try to influence you here because I want to once again let you guys be your own judge and make up your own mind.
No, that's
Been my own
that's
judge,
fair
man.
on legal
When you said
mindset
his
part.
name.
And again, that's why I could really appreciate like legal mindset because obviously a lawyer, attorney, like they have to be unbiased when it comes to like cases and all that. So I could really admire entry for that. And this is the same thing why we were saying we could not go to Johnny case because there's no way that I'm not being biased. That's implausible. And the same thing would go for Logan here. Like that's implausible, bro. I'm sorry. I know the details of what you've done, bruv. You not about to get away with this, John. Never.
You guys can make up your own mind about the sincerity of that.
It's not.
That's not really a legal thing. It's a personal thing. Although I will note some things he said in there that are very interesting. But I will tell you one thing, and that's what my mod said, my head mod, who has a very good insight here on these things. She dropped over here. Danielle says this was definitely written by lawyers. So yeah,
Danielle, talk to Danielle.
You know what's crazy? Because watching like the apology, I was thinking like, yo, this show seems so scripted too. Like this seems so scripted. But then that's kind of like obvious, bro. I'm not expecting Logan, especially coming off of that moment, to say something that actually sounds coherent. Like I ain't gonna hold you. Like
I'm not going to tell you how to feel about the sincerity, but I will tell you this is absolutely true. He uses words like intent, right? That is meant to mitigate criminality, saying, oh, there was no intention to do this. But one thing where I think he screwed up in that, at least from a legal standpoint, is
wait, that just hit me out again, absorbing information. There's no, like, that's just BS. Like, just blatant BS. No intention? That's just blatant BS. That's blatant. You went to the suicide forest for what purpose?
Yeah.
What did you think you were going to
Why
find?
are they there?
And you're recording a video.
Anyway.
What did you think you were going to find at the suicide
They knew what
forest?
they was looking for.
That is so
And they found it and disrespected everybody.
Yo, this is why I could not relitigate this again, because this would start getting me mad. This is so stupid.
he
man.
did say that I was trying to push the boundaries. And this is the problem with nuisance streaming is a lot of people say, oh, well, it starts out benign. It starts out non-criminal.
Yes, pushing the boundaries means we need to go film a corpse.
The problem is in the nuisance streaming realm, you do have to keep pushing the boundaries.
Ramsey keeps pushing the boundaries.
Okay, no. I wasn't saying no on this, because whenever I think of this, like, you have to push the boundaries, I always think of Mr. Beast first. Like, in terms of, you want to make the content even better than the last video. It's gotta be insane. Like, it's gotta be better.
That's positive.
But
pushing
yeah,
the boundaries.
I'm thinking of it more like you want to grow and just make better videos.
Right.
This, what Legal Minds is talking about with Johnny and during that time with Logan, is more or less like, oh, we got to do something outlandish, crazy for views. Yeah, like straight up for views. Not to make the content better, just like, because we know the outrage will, like, obviously, like, this was farming before farming was a thing, like clip farming, and John's like, this was basically what they were trying to do. Like,
in order to get more engagement, to be the next big thing. So you keep pushing the boundaries and pushing the boundaries, right? And that's how you end up doing things that are indeed not legal. All right. So let's go with a little bit of what is going on now. So after
we're getting to the current day stuff, but just my last thing, yo. My last thing.
It's your last thing, but go
It's
ahead.
not. At least my last thing in regards to, like, the apology and stuff like that. Like, regards to that. If someone told you that you were going to go take a little trip or tour to a place again that is called the Suicide Forest, what is the likelihood that you are pulling out your phone in a case that's not to find out where you're going? Because, yeah, you can take pictures in John, but this is the thing. Because, again, like, this could technically be a tourism spot. Again, I may be wrong about that, so y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. Obviously, I'm not trying to offend anyone who took their lives there, which is unfortunate. Obviously, I think that's terrible. Clearly, you get one life. I've talked about this many times on the show. You get one life, you should value your life. My thing is, like, you're going there, like, and especially with Logan, like, brother, you're a content creator, a YouTuber. You weren't going there to do anything else. Like, I don't know why he's lying about this. You were going there to film something. Like
in hopes of finding something.
Exactly, bro. You went to the suicide forest. I hate that plausible deniability argument, bro. Oh
after this apology.
But, I mean, he didn't get away with it. Clearly, everyone gave him backlash for it.
Logan did say that this did change his life. So this is a comment on what Japan.
No, of course it did, because it showed him that he needs to be a lot more careful. But what did he do following all these situations? Not be more careful. But it did change him in the fact where it showed him what he needed to do, and he just didn't do it.
Did to him. And I'm just going to play a couple seconds of this.
If it weren't for Japan, I would have died.
So he claims that
Never mind.
that was a fundamental process in him changing his life or reforming, right?
Never mind. Yeah, take back everything I said.
Right, that's his quote-unquote claim. He claims, once again, to be apologetic and sorry. So
If you didn't go to the forest, you would have died?
No, he's saying,
No, I'm not saying, like, okay, if he didn't go to forest, like, he would just magically drop dead. I'm saying, like, whatever major event that you feel as though is going to make you, like, almost die, that did not come because you decided to be an idiot at the suicide forest. I'm going to let you know right now. That was just you being stupid. Like, that was just you being dumb. Like,
So years later, he is now on a podcast with Aiden Ross, and let's see what he had to say about coming back to Japan. So there's 2 clips here. I'll play both of them. One's from Instagram and one's not. So whatever. But here we go.
Can we please go to Japan and stream? Like, I'm telling you, Logan, it'll
No.
go crazy. Listen, we could do a fun Japan trip. I had a bad Japan trip. You had a bad Japan trip.
What happened in your trip? Because
I went home after a day. You guarantee what? It wasn't as bad as you?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, of course it wasn't as bad as him.
Compare the badness in Japan.
Yo.
Okay.
Fourth wall break moment. This was one of those reality breaker moments where you realize, yeah, all this stuff does happen in real life. If there is 2 people I do not want to see go do stuff in Japan right now, it is most definitely Aiden Ross and Logan Paul. So, I suggest you 2 not go to Japan. I'm going to say that. I suggest you 2 not go. Especially, again, like we just came off of with Logan's history. I suggest he never go there again.
Maybe they could
But
go with no phones.
no,
'Cause
Logan shouldn't go at
they're
all.
gonna record something.
He needs to just never go there again. Because, again, he's a moron. That's stupid actions, stupid consequences.
what happened?
So I left for a family emergency after being there for a day. Are you okay? But let's go back to Japan, you and I. I'm telling you,
No. No, you can't.
Logan, it's gonna be fun, dude.
Why is he laughing? What's his name, Mike?
If
Yeah. Oh, I'm surprised you remembered him. Mike Majlak. Yeah, he's Logan's right hand. Yes, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
how about this? If I go back
Okay.
and I'm invited back, I'm welcome back
Yes, of course.
Bye.
Never happening.
by the Japanese people
Yeah.
Never happening.
in the country of Japan.
Yeah.
Let's do a stream.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do a stream.
Let's fucking.
Yeah.
If you want that, put a W in the chat right now, man. If y'all want that, one question.
So yeah, that's one. And then I
Well, y'all could kiss that stream goodbye, but it didn't need to happen though.
there's just another angle here. It's more cropped, but I'll play this one too. So once again, let me just be clear about the statement that he makes, right?
Let's do a stream.
But let's go back to Japan, you and I. I'm telling you, Logan, it's gonna be fun, dude.
If how about this? If I go back
Okay.
and I'm invited back, I'm welcome back
Yes, of course.
by the Japanese people
Yeah.
in the country of Japan.
Yeah.
Let's do a stream.
Okay. So the point I want to put here is there's a lot of things I want to point here. Number one, obviously he was thinking for a second there whether he wanted to even take a chance to do that. But welcome back by the Japanese people.
Not happening.
I don't think
Not happening.
they're going to welcome you back with open arms.
It's not even that. It's more or less like the people in Japan who don't know about this, who just never knew about this, and when you return, that of course is going to be mentioned, like him doing this in the past. Logan's going back to Japan. Oh, didn't he go to Japan before? Well, what happened? Oh, then we figure out what happened. So it's not even a more or less like welcome back in open arms. It's like either way he goes there, somebody's gonna be hostile. Whether they did know or didn't know, because somebody's gonna let them know in the current day, and however they feel, I'm sure, as seeing how we're feeling, obviously our opinions aren't for the common people, that we're our own individuals. But yeah, if I tell you that this fool went to the suicide forest and recorded a dead body to post on his YouTube channel to make money off of, does that sound too hot to you? It probably wouldn't sound too hot to the common person either. So imagine a person who is a resident of Japan. Does he sound hot coming back to you? Oh,
Just stay home.
I bet not. And like the boss just said, he can stay where he's at. Like, yeah, Japan doesn't need you, Logan. They never did.
I think the word he wanted was not welcome. I think the word he wanted was tolerated. So if they are tolerated in Japan, then he will go back, because I don't think welcome.
See, but then I'll ask you the question of what technically is welcoming and or tolerating. Because no, I don't expect, like, say Logan go to Japan, right? He pop out the airport. I don't expect somebody to just run up to him and start trying to fight him or something. Like, they not gonna let him in. I don't expect that to happen. It's more or less like the sentiment in your comments when you stream and or post videos. Like, is it gonna be received positively? I do not think so. And that's my personal opinion. But like, I don't think if he goes there, like they'll heads trying to kick him out. Like if again he's Ice or Johnny Somalia or something like that. Like nah. Like, he's not a nuisance IRL streamer. He does stupid things, but he's not doing that. He's not harassing the people there personally. He just did something that obviously didn't look good on the eyes of the people within Japan.
is going to be the right word. I don't think there's too many Japanese. Of course, there's some, right? Every country has their Hank U's. We all know Hank from the Somali saga. Every country has some people that are mentally deficient enough to welcome everybody back. But I don't think welcome is going to be necessarily the word, right? I don't think love and adoration, cheering at the airport. What I actually think is
adoration for Logan Paul. Insanity.
The real question is whether legally he will be permitted to come in the country. Now, we'll talk about that in 1 second, because there's several bases for them to deny him entry. I have said it once, and I will say it again over and over. Countries do not have to let you in. He is not a Japanese citizen. He is not a Japanese citizen. And therefore, he has no right to come to Japan. And as far as I know, he has not obtained any special business visa or special permit to come to Japan. That would take an approval process, which generally would take 6 months to a year, right? So as far as I'm aware, he does not have any special visa. And by the way, even if he did have a visa, right, which it would say he went through a process and he went through applications, et cetera, right? Even then, if he shows up, they could decide, yeah, you know what, we don't want to let you in. And there are many...
Turn back around.
Don't even try going.
reasons why people are not
Better yet that.
let into a country. It can be for criminal history. It can be for being a persona non grata, aka being someone who is very, very annoying, but not necessarily a criminal. Or it could be for like past behavior in that country.
Oh, then he would be 2
I
and
think
3.
you better tell Aiden. Never mind.
Like he just, but that's why I
He
said
just
like.
said that good for the stream. He probably behind the scenes like, I can't go. Right
No,
now.
that's what. No, I know. As soon as they got off the joint, yo,
He was like-
he looked at Mike. No, we ain't going.
Yeah, you know I can't
Nah,
go.
we can't go. Nah, we can't. Yo, it was cute though, but
Yeah, it was nice for
we
the stream,
can't.
man.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I already been canceled a couple times. Like yo,
So much money.
yeah, yo, I don't even want to start talking about Lunchly. Nah, I can't, bro. Never.
Why would he like, Aiden, you on your own.
We done got too much bad PR.
My cheese is too moldy and drippy. Wait a minute. He be like, and you know I'm in a lawsuit with Messi?
Oh no, he's not in a lawsuit with
Look,
Messi.
is it
He's,
got that?
no, he's the no. Remember,
Well, yeah,
they're
'cause
suing Messi.
they're
Like,
suing Messi. But, you
but
know,
then he's in the right
process
but,
of that court thing with Messi.
But no, I have to run. Sucks. I have to run defense for Logan with the prime thing versus the Moss Plus. No, he's in the right. I ain't gonna lie, Messi. You pulled a Kika Kim and copied him bar for bar. I don't even know what to tell you with that,
I'm
bro.
just saying, he's putting out too much money, and then when he's drinking and everything, remember he want to hang out with the guys and.
Oh yeah, no, I don't even
Just-
want to.
come on, just
That
keep
one
going.
pod episode. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
just-
hope that one pod episode was fake.
Yeah, just keep going.
Or it
'cause
could
I
be,
can't.
and here's another one, for suspected work. And we're going to get into the digital nomad program and how that kind of plays out with this. Okay, so here's one big thing. Now, a lot of people are about this, but Japan launched a digital nomad visa in March of 2024. Now, I have helped people who are pursuing this. And by the way, if you want to talk about going to Japan or you're interested in a digital nomad visa and you want to talk about it, you can feel free to hit me up, goeastgentleman@gmail.com. I help people who are looking to, visit or stay in Japan, Korea, Thailand, Philippines, and often do a lot of consultations on Japan. In fact, I'm going to have one coming up pretty soon, actually this week. And they've been really trying to push this program. But part of this is that, they want streamers to have visas. They want people working there to have visas. And now that this program is available, there's really not an excuse for streamers not to get a valid visa. That is to go to apply, to go through a criminal background check and, prove they have income, prove what they're doing, and go through a formal process. I believe that all people should have to go through this process because the amount of streamers would go down radically. They would
Yeah, dude. If this exists, yo, I'll tell you right now,
Everybody going over
yo, Johnny, kick rocks. As soon as you try to get into South Korea, kick rocks.
He can't even go, so.
As soon as he
Everybody
try to
said
get to
no.
Japan, South Korea, Israel, kick rocks, little bro. This ain't you. Yo, never. Nah, but this actually does make a lot of sense. I ain't gonna cap. So what it seems like is if we wanted to, like, say we wanted to go make content over in Japan or whatever, we probably have to get this, which is how I'm fine with getting that. I'll tell you right now, I don't got no history, unlike Johnny and all these other bulls. So shoot, you think they'll let me in, y'all? Now we gotta hit up Japan. Me and the boss been saying that, Joe. I don't go on vacations, but we gotta hit up Japan. Japan is fire.
Pretty much eliminate most problematic nuisance streamers because most of them are criminals. And there's many of them that have a deep criminal record that would never, ever, ever pass muster for a criminal background check in Korea or Japan specifically. It would just not happen. They would not be able to pass a background.
I was about to say, because I'm like, dude, you know who this would immediately fail this? Vitaly. He would immediately fail this. And not even because of the stuff in the Philippines, because of his priors. Yo, he would immediately fail this.
Check. So I think that gets a lot of the criminals out there and allows them to say, hey, if you're coming over here and you're in part of the system, you're paying, you're in, it's fine. But if you're not, no, you've got to get work authorization. And it's not that hard to get. It's not that hard. You could also start a business. You could also do something else. You could be a student, right? But we're not going to allow everybody to just come here and stream. And a lot of people, a lot of streamers are getting really mad about this because they're streaming and making money in Japan without
no visa. Get a visa, little bro.
Permits. Why do I say this needs to be handled now? Because they haven't really officially banned people from working streaming. Not officially. They haven't clearly came out and said, we're going to crack down on streamers in Japan. But I think the time is now with Aiden Ross and with Logan Paul, because if they do this now, it will set a precedent. So if they say, Logan and Aiden, if you want to come here and stream, you've got to get a visa. You've got to get.
Do you think that's a valid trade-off? We do let Aiden Ross and Logan Paul stream in Japan, but they're the ones that kick off the thing where you basically have to have a visa now. I agree with Legal Mindset fully. I think we should have this digital nomad visa thing.
Think so.
I 100% agree. But do I want the kicker starter of it being Logan and Aiden going to Japan? No, I really don't. I really wish they would just start it right now. What's that?
Can we start off with some innocent
No, not even that. Just forget starting with people streamers. Just implement that as a law, and people just have to start doing that before they go.
Yeah, put it in now.
That's what I'm saying. We don't need Logan and Aiden to be the first ones to do this, to kick it off. We could just start it today. And then when Logan and Aiden try to go, oh, Logan, you can't.
Yeah,
My bad.
Exactly. Man, Logan gonna get a H no. Okay.
This fool thought he was hitting on Tokyo. He's hilarious.
He thought he was gonna bring some lunchy leads over here. Try to sell that.
This cheese, what?
What that?
Yo, tell him to turn around. He said, "Oh boy,
Nah, he ain't selling that lunch lead here."
How many flavors of Prime?
Yeah. Nacho cheese.
Work permission. Some way to work.
Yo, I'm sorry. I'm not drinking Primes, and y'all shouldn't drink Primes. We had to learn the hard way on why you shouldn't drink Primes. Lunchly Prime situation. But I still want to know what Speed's flavor of Prime tastes like.
Who?
Speed. Speed.
Yeah.
Speed
he got a flavor?
Yeah, do you remember that? We were talking about that once.
Oh, I don't want to know.
But I really kind of yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, and that's no shade to Speed. But
no, I like Speed.
Yeah, I don't know if Speed has to create a flavor of Prime. I absolutely don't want to try that, but I do want to try it because I know it's gonna be awful.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, I like Speed, but no. No, come on.
Yeah, I'll try it because it's bad. I feel like that's a fair thing.
I'll buy it for
in
you.
Japan, you've got to apply for it. That would stop them if Japan denies it, because Japan could look at Logan and say, "We're not approving this. We're not."
And that's exactly what's happening. That's exactly what happened.
Andrew, I already.
Yo, we already dealt with Johnny Somalia Ice. You want to bring Logan back? Hilarious.
Doing this for you, Logan. We saw what you did in the past, and we don't want you here. And that's their sovereign right of power. And I think they need to do that.
In my opinion, that's a totally fair opinion for them to have.
They need to put the line down because they're being seen as really soft, and I don't think that's a good thing for Japan.
Soft on who though?
He ain't going.
Hold on, before we get into final basic conjecture, shout out Legal Mindset. That was, should Japan forgive Logan Paul? No. If you want to watch the original video, down in the description, first link, go share the love it, of course, Legal Mindset. Boss, go ahead, tell me. Final basic conjecture, you were saying. Oh, yeah, no. No. Oh, yeah, well, not even, because I did answer the question multiple times.
I'm forgive him, and no, he ain't going.
Well, I'm going to take these off. My ears hurting, but main thing is, no, he's not going back. I really need to stress to y'all that he's not going back. And he's not going back, and again, bar all of this, bar the visas, the digital nomad thing, you know what I'm saying? Logan is not going back because no matter what, like I said, he goes back, his whole situation that happened in the past is getting relitigated. The day he steps foot back in Tokyo or gets off the plane, it's getting relitigated. So as soon as more people that didn't know, like I was saying, get exposed to the situation that happened in the past, yeah, their opinion of him gonna change real quick. And if you already knew it happened, your opinion only gets worse because he's back. So I think he's not going for PR purposes, like straight up. Like I ain't gonna lie.
Just,
like
try another spot to start over again at. he tried to start it fresh again and be nice.
We
to the
don't-
fan. Go to another spot. And
we
be
don't
nice.
need to start at a spot. You
I
know
know.
what we need to start at? His personality.
Well,
We need to start there.
We need to start at home.
We need to start with getting rid of this ego he got, and then maybe it would get a whole lot better. But that's one thing we know is definitely not getting dropped.
Yeah, ain't happening.
Word, I'm about to say Jake and Logan, hilarious. Yo, you.
All right, well, I gave your opinion.
Yeah, if y'all obviously know if magically somehow Logan or Aiden or one of them try to go to Japan, well, y'all know who will be covering it because I guess I'll be eating
You'll
a
be
shoe
right
or something.
here. Right here. I'll be right with you, Andrew. Anybody else?
But other than that, y'all already know what it is. Final Pains and Conjecture, so push it over to that end screen. Oh, lovely. Like this video up if you enjoyed. Me and the boss would, of course, very much appreciate it. 6K up, 6K down, because 6K on the way, baby. Facts. Turn on that. Post notification bell, blue bell, the ringer. Every time the boss Trilly posts on MT this page right here, MT Mama Trill, that boy will be straight up in your feed. Last but not least, boss, go ahead and tell them what they got to do on each and every
From the
video.
beginning to the end. All of the videos, okay? Thank you.
Stamped. Y'all already know what it is. Yo, last but not least, end it out. Y'all already know. Of course, appreciate everybody for
Yes,
giving us y'all
thank you
time
so
of day.
much.
Little Joe Such had to
Yes.
get back talking about him. Haven't talked about him in a while.
Yes.
Let's keep it that way. Can't believe this show.
Anyway. Yeah.
Y'all already know, though. Again, appreciate everybody for watching, and we're going to catch y'all when we cover the next Bozo. Peace.